Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Contact, a Space Engineer's Adventure. We have a welded station. Well, almost welded. Yeah, everything is pretty much, well, again, there are some pretty big parts that are not done, but we got a shell of a station, at the very least. A whole bunch of steel. The sports welder down here, which you may notice is now sporting a sporty paint job. Ooh, very shiny. Okay, too shiny when the sun gets it just right. Yeah, it did its job quite well, though the sports minor name may be a little overzealous. When this thing is empty, it's pretty maneuverable. When it is full, it barely moves. To the point sometimes the game wouldn't think it had enough thrust to move at all, and I had to jiggle the, wiggle it around with the gyros to get it to start moving. So yeah, it was not super quick, but it got everything built, which is important. There are, some obvious things. All the windows are still missing. This pipeline needs to be built. You may note, too, I don't think the this bottom bit that is now welded did not exist at all in the last episode. I added that on as sort of, a shell for all of the industrial stuff down there. This little toaster box looking thing, it is full of welders. This is the beginnings of my ship printing assembly. So we'll probably do some work on that today. At least get it, I think, let's see if this will work. I had some stuff prepped and ready for the start here. So if I just go into the thing, select all the welders, except for that one, which I think is part of the sports welder. Hopefully, when I turn this on, let them help. Oh, yep, they're welding each other. Ah, dang it. Okay, it started. I wasn't sure if they'd be able to reach these pipes, and it looks like they will not. There we go. Now it's satisfying as they build themselves. Dang it, why? We've run out of stuff. Why are you not? Yeah, computers and tubes. Thought I set everything to production. Dang it. Apparently I didn't. Okay. This was gonna be a cool thing where I just turned it on, they just weld themselves all up across, because welders can do that side to side. Obviously that's not happened. So there they go. As they produce parts, these will weld themselves. It'll be interesting and sparky for a while. But yeah, so we have a ship welder area set up there. I guess I just showed a little bit. Let's take a more of a gander in here. So this area is sort of the industrial core of the base. So it's all the, core stuff that was already here. I've just done some detailing. I have it all open, so the idea hey, they're all done. All of this sort of area we're gonna fill in with, various stuff, whatever seems good for in a base. Then in here, this is the central area, so it'll all be kind of one open thing. Looking down, I can get down there with various stairs and access ways. This is going to be an interesting something. I'll explain it a bit later. But yeah, got ladders and different places to get off to go and service machines. Most of this is going to be useless because I have a jetpack, of course. So I guess going on to the rest of the everything, I think I want to fill out the rest of this, get the rooms that I'll need sort of planned out and structured in. I think I'm gonna start with something. I actually might have enough stuff I need it to refine to build this, but we're definitely not ready to build it yet. But I want a jump drive in here. Oh, I do need I need stuff that I don't have. I think right here off the back, this will be sort of engineering access area with the jump drive in here. It may just sit exposed like this. I don't know if I need to enclose it in its own separate room. I could, actually. Actually, it could just sit right there. Maybe I'd do that. So it'd be a nice way to fill in the room back here. But I do like the idea that all of the heavy industrial machinery lives in here. So we might as well have that in there as well. I guess I could even stick it partially into the ceiling if I wanted. I don't think it will live down here. Oh, actually, you know where it could live? So, partially to save some materials and partially because, some of this could be useful space, all of these sort of walls are built with panels. There's enough room right here. It kind of, it makes it so that area is not like a straight drop down. I kind of like the straight drop down. What is, yeah, that's stuff I can't get rid of. Let's try it here real quick. We're just gonna see if it kills the vibe too much. I like the idea of this being like one open room with tiered levels around it. But it may feel more open with all of this staying exposed. And then down here being the, you know, the spot that's a little more crowded. I could always move or get rid of that engine too. Yeah, I think that works fine. We'll go with it. Now, next thing, and this I think we'll try and do first, is gravity. The challenge is trying to pick a good area. I think this spot is the best spot I can put it. Ideally, so the battery up here, this is the dead middle of the base. Truthfully, I'd kind of want to put this here, but I didn't do that, and now we've got a bunch of other stuff. I could put it on top of the battery, but I have a whole plan for this thing where I want the gravity to be lower. Oh, yeah. I guess if I'd really thought through things. I mean, technically, there's a conveyor port somewhere under here that these O2H2 gens are connecting to. These do form a cargo pass-through, so I could get rid of this block, have a gravity generator down here, and then just another panel, like a catwalk piece up there. Let's get some energy and then ponder. Nah, I think the gravity generator needs to live here. So we'll do that. We'll get the parts for this producing. So I still have a lot of ore to process, but if we find our refinery in the list here, we've got, well, we've got 2K silver, which is pretty good. We have more gold. Yeah, a bit. Not a crazy amount, but generally enough. Do we have more gold? Nah, no more gold in the cargo container, but we obviously have more to refine. So we're doing pretty good for resources. To the point that I think we probably won't need to do much more mining. Which is kind of nice. Okay. Gravity. I'm going to reverse the field, and I'm actually gonna... we'll have it be like low moon gravity. Yeah, that feels pretty good. So enough that we can walk around easily and be in the right orientation, but not so much that, you know, it's burdensome. Now, what I want to do... what this is going to be is a gravity corridor. Like, you know, basically, I'm going to have a tube up here that is coming up dead center of the base. So a tube up here, a few blocks that'll eventually lead to sort of a, you know, command deck. But I want that command deck. I don't want to have to like climb a long ladder or build some sort of elevator. So I'm just going to use a gravity generator so that gravity is normal here. This is where it transitions, and then I walk straight up the tube like so. So to do that, I need gravity to cut off kind of halfway up this thing. So let's just So we'll just start testing it. I could probably measure things out and be smart, but come on. If you're watching the channel this much, you know I don't measure. I just do until it stops working. Like that. Though I maybe want a little more. Because what I don't want to do is that and jump out of gravity, which I may be able to do up here regardless, but I can also, there can be a bit of overlap here because this isn't full gravity. I guess even if it was full gravity, it's not that big of an issue because it'll just sort of, it'll basically apply it on a 45-degree angle. That feels pretty good. Can't inadvertently jump out of the gravity well. But it cuts off in enough time that I can transition up to this. I could just use my mag boots, but I'll probably use an actual generator. Okay. Now, I think probably the next thing to do is turn off those. So what I was saying before, let's look at our battery. We're actually doing all right, but I ran the engine for a while I was building. Let's see. I think I'm out of ice. Yes. And we have about 35% fuel in the tank. So we're doing pretty good, fuel-wise. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is some expansion to the solar panel assembly. Because that can only help matters. And somewhat illogically, I'm going to grind these panels off. Because I think I want to use the thicker ones. Probably will paint them blue though. Just, you know, blue is a classic color for solar panels. But yeah, I'm gonna use these partially just because they look a little better. I like that they're a little heftier. I don't know, I think they'll fit the vibe better. And I can use the angled ones at the ends to, you know, make the shapes interesting. Once I get these solar panels built, oh, right, I forgot there's gravity now. That's a problem with this design of parking. But yeah, once I get the solar panels built, I think I'm going to do the first room inside is going to be the med bay, so I can get a full med bay up so that I don't have to keep charging at the survival kit over there. Want something quicker and, you know, something on the main base. I think it's time. Okay. That is, I guess that triples our solar output and quadruples our plant tubes. That's probably good for something. Now, the big challenge for me today is going to be getting stuff in here organized and looking good. This is a bit of a challenge too, because normally when I have a big interior to do, I leave the roof undone until I've built the interior, so I know where I want to put stuff. You know what? This can do something real simple. Let's get some stuff for a chair. Then at least I don't have to, you know, awkwardly fly away. I can just sit down here. May not be a permanent chair. It may be a permanent chair. Who knows? So I think first plan. Maybe first plan. Let's get the airlocks planned out. So I don't know if this was in the video last time or not. I have the air vents kind of built into the floor here. So my plan, I could even Yeah, I'm gonna do, since we have two high things here. So I'll have one of these there. And then, yeah, one of those there. So you walk in, there's this one gap with the vent in the floor to depressurize things. So if I just do like this, and bam, airlock. Now the trick is, this one will have to do, I think, like this. So we still have easy access into this corridor. I may even do something like that to make it a more smooth passage. And I could. We'll see how this looks. So because this whole inner area, like this obviously was going to be wall, it could just be panel. Then flows straight into windows for this whole area. So we've still got a nice gap in there that leads over to this corridor. Yeah, that looks viable. So now it's setting up the actual interior. Let's try. This might be, I may not like how this looks, but if I do basically a 45-degree wall here, so we'll set up to have a wall coming along here. So this is a 2-wide corridor. We'll have a 2-wide corridor here. Yeah, using these guys. Actually, so that should be, this will be the doors into each of these rooms. That sort of works, but it sort of doesn't. My idea was to have it so that basically I have a room here with a big window, and then a room here with a window. I'm not sure things will line up correctly. Yeah, if I want to do that. So if this is one room, that's a wall to the second room. That would be the corner that has 2 doors in it. I mean, that's something. Actually, I think I'm going about this all wrong. Because I can divide all this up, but for this, because this is a survival base, I need purposes for these rooms. I'm not just gonna split them up and have a bunch of useless, you know, laboratories that aren't actually useful as laboratories. So let's get a little more creative in this. So most of my main engineering stuff happens in here. So that's all taken care of. Out here, I need somewhere connected ideally to conveyoring that can be my med bay. Actually, I guess I can always run more conveyoring through the floor to where I need it. Let's set up, so this area, Maybe I don't have... I could have it partially walled off, but I think I'll put a window in. So I'll just plan to have a window in this gap. So you can see in there. I should be able to... maybe we'll leave this side open. So I can come in. This will be the interior for the ship printer area. So I have some area to stand, and then I have the welders there. Area up there for the printing
Energy
rig.
low.
I was trying to put that outer window... I was trying to have this so that it was in the main area, but maybe that's the wrong move. Because I need room for an airlock. Because this area is open, potentially the space. I want to be able to not have it open. You have a nice external window. You have the doors there. Yeah, I think that works. So if I do this area as the med bay, wall it off there, I can run piping through here.
No energy.
Ah, dang it. Let's have energy again. That's good motivation to get this thing built so I can fill it with air and don't have to worry about running out of power. I run out so quick. Guess I could turn off my suit antenna. Then I'll forget to turn it back on. Wonder why my suit antenna's not working. I could actually, yeah. It can come up right here. Then I have the med bay there. I probably don't even need to come off this far. Yeah, if I just do this. Have my walls. I can do... This may look awkward more than interesting. Something I enjoy doing with my med bays is just having windows into them. I feel like that's a very sci-fi thing to be like, you know, this is the medical area, but we want to be able to like see in from the outer corridor. It's kind of interesting. It actually almost gives it a shop front vibe. Like these are structural supports and then in between are building. Maybe I mimic that over here. Instead of having a big window, I have a smaller window area and then these guys again. Yeah, I like that. It gives us sort of a uniquely shaped vibe. Yeah, so we'll have here, we've got a few windows peeking in. This will be sort of the dining area. I can have a sort of kitchen counter here. Tables looking out through the big windows. We've got kind of nice open areas to walk about in. Maybe this section, kind of roughly from the middle over, becomes a... I feel like I want to build a couple little, like, suite bedroom things. And I should probably have the windows. So... if I plan for them to be sort of 3 blocks there by 3 wide, so that's... yeah. This area, I can maybe have just some, some nice chairs. Or do I turn this? Yeah, no, I think this will just be a nice public sitting area. And I'll have one room here. One room here. This is sort of big open concourse area, another seating area. I'm sort of turning this whole place into like an actual usable space station. Like you'd come here, this will be sort of open. Your ship docks here, you come through this airlock. You can kind of move to the various points around the place. Transfer over to other airlocks for other ships, go out here to this airlock. That's so much faster. Alright. I think I'm going to try something a little dumb. Let's get the old sports miner filled up with various stuff. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, tried to make some steel plates. I am out of ingots. Right. So I guess we do an iron mining trip real quick. Luckily that is easy. Where is... I don't guess I marked where that surface iron was. There's actually... I'll just take this stuff. Alright, let's do a bit of shuffling here. Get the stone all done first. I'll hope things along. I suppose we should check. So we're currently fully refining and producing stuff. And the battery's pretty much full. Hey, hey! So we are operating almost solely on these solar panels out here. Now we do lose sun for part of the day, which isn't great. I may add another battery at some point. Looks like all our plant tubes are ticking away at 1.8 liters a minute. I don't know how much the engineer breathes in a minute, but I'm guessing... Oh, I can use my stairs. I'd not used these yet because I hadn't had gravity. Yeah, those work well. Yeah, and both of my O2 tanks are full. Okay, let's get some of the steel in here then. I'll see if that's enough. No need to fill up fully and completely slow down my ability to move. So my wacky idea here, I know from welding this stuff all up, the sports welder does fit within the base. I'm thinking for these walls, it would probably be best to use it. Yeah, fits comfortably. So I can just go through here, put steel plate and all this stuff. Now obviously the windows and other bits are gonna need extra stuff that I don't have, but it'll be fairly easy to build them, and it means I don't have to tediously, go back and forth and hand weld all this stuff when I have a welding ship. I just have to be careful not to crash into anything in these tighter corridors. Now can I... I can make it in here. Can I get the welder over enough to actually weld? Oh, yep, looks like it. I think... Smooch my way on through. Yeah. Another benefit in these is I can weld through walls to a degree. And back out we go. Poke ourselves in one of these other windows to get some more. See, this is... I talk about it every so often when it comes up. This is why I don't like the build and repair nanobody things. Because sure, you can do that and, you know, have a nice, easy press a button and everything's magically built. But then you're never trying to gently turn around a spaceship inside a med bay. I feel like the fact that we can build little machines that can do all of this welding for us, you might as well just do that, because that's what the game wants, and it's more fun going with what the game wants than trying to add in something that just kind of, you know, takes away that engineering challenge. And that's not to say that the, you know, it's not to say that this is the only way to play and that if you enjoy that sort of stuff, you're wrong in any way. It's just my personal view on that thing. It feels like it takes away some of my fun. And if I'm taking away the fun of playing it... God, I can even get in this little gap. Look at me go. Yeah, I feel like if I take away the fun of the game, what's the point of playing a video game? Yeah. Looks like I'm out of stuff. Turn off that. I should be able to just load up on steel here and then dump it in there. Oop. Ah, dang. Ow. Okay, shouldn't have hopped out with the welder on. Yeah, I'm just too wide to fit through. I can fit my nose into these spaces, but after the last one, I got confident I could fly down here. That's not gonna work. And out we go. We'll call that good. I could duck into windows to get the last few blocks, but that seems like maybe a bit of overkill. Now, something too I can do. I realized after that solar storm, I've been in the wrong suit. So where is my... I could put on a tuxedo. There's my shiny one. Hop out in the sun here, wherever that lives. Yeah. Shiny. So part of the trick here, if I'm gonna have gravity weird in this area, I need a place for the gravity generator, and it kind of needs to be in the dead center so I can space everything properly. So if we have it here, those there. I am kind of tempted to have this have windows in it, because I could just make it another one of these tunnels. Nah, I think we will... We'll just do it solid. Where are these things, which I need interior plate for? So I'll use these corridor blocks, partly because they are sort of fully enclosed already, and partially just because I think they look better than some of the other ones, and they have lights in them still. so we'll be able to do that. I suppose I could actually... I could have doors in here. Maybe not at this end. But maybe at this end I actually have a door before my stairs, my sort of angle piece back up to level. Because that's in pretty much the dead center. That way I have some, you know, I'm protected from inadvertent base venting if something were to explode. If I do out like this, I want a smaller sort of ring that will be my conning tower. Yeah, and I think this should work perfectly for it. Ah, I was 1 block short of steel. Ah, that's fine. So, get this docked. The conning tower is now built. I have to decide if I want to set up a thing down here. I kind of do. So yeah, conning tower. With windows aplenty for a full 360 view. And piping. I did realize that I'm an idiot. The gap in between here. So this would have been right if this were the floor block. But because I built the dish one up, I shouldn't have shortened it. I should have left it taller. Because now I have to shorten it. Which shouldn't be too difficult. I should be able to just take out this block. Or this layer. And then merge block it back together. Okay. So the merge blocks are set up and ready. I just need to very gently bump this thing. And hope, I guess, that it's movable. Try and aim for the middle. Okay, and I don't think it's movable at the moment. Which means I need something. There we go, convert to ship. Now, gentle push. Okay, another gentle push. And there we go. Yep, and it's converted back to static because the main station was bigger. Okay. Alright. Gravity should now be set up. So I have this gravity generator tucked into the roof up here. It's set up such that it's giving just to this floor. If I walk down my ramp... Okay, it's not perfectly set up. Need to extend the middle one. But you can see... Okay, you can't see because the height is too low. We'll go with... Okay, now it's working.
No energy.
And dang it. No power. Oh, it's very dark. Oh, save me light. Okay. Can I get to the med bay? Oh, that was closer to death than I wanted to be. Anyway, back to our demonstration. Okay. So now we test where the gravity changes. That where it goes to 0.03, that shows me there's just a tiny bit of overlap. But honestly, that's probably fine. So I think we'll leave it there. Now if I go in and walk up and down the tunnel, let's do the full deal. So I'm down here. I go up through... Okay, that's a flaw. So maybe I need it to be a little less. Let's try 14. Yeah. So I walk up here. Walk on there. My angle changes. I'm walking down a tunnel that's going vertically. And I swing back up. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, given our normal experience of gravity, but it seems to be doing what I want it to do. Do I have an issue of... Nope, no issue of accidentally flying away. There's an issue if I go too high in here. But it looks like... Oh yeah, because the width is better, it doesn't affect out here at all. Oh, right. Yeah. That is a... Actually, that's a space station. Like, there's no question. This looks right. There are obviously some important things to finish up, and I think I'll probably do those in between now and the next episode. Then I guess next time, we'll figure out... Either I'll build a ship to go and scout out some of these distant Factorum outposts. Maybe get something small with a jump drive. Or I'll, find some other stuff to do. But that'll all come in the future. So for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to check out the other stuff I've done. Subscribe. Oh, something too. I realized I don't have a good name idea for this base. And I was thinking, well, do I just come up with something random? What if I just ask my audience? So I'm putting it to you guys. Feel free to leave any name ideas for the station in the comments. And yeah, if one tickles my fancy, it may just become the name of this new, whatever it is. This new magnificent space home. So yeah, thank you, all the outro stuff, subscribe, yada yada. Bye-bye.